If your iPad home screen is looking like this,
oh, hell no, man.
then you need to continue watching this video. Believe it or not, there is a simple and easy way to create a home screen that is something you're going to continue to go to and stop having your iPad just sit there and collect dust. Hey, hi, hello, my name is Myra and I am your favorite cozy tech productivity loving Slytherin. And let's go ahead and get started on how to create the perfect space for your iPad. So here is my iPad. I went ahead and made a few adjustments to my iPad. This is the perfect time to create a new space and give it a new life. We're getting into the spring season, so I figured why not go ahead and upgrade it and show y'all how we get down. What I typically like to do first is to kind of come up with a theme. I'm the type of person who gets completely overwhelmed when I have so many options. So what I like to do is to actually jot down a theme that I am looking for, maybe a few color schemes, maybe even create like a Pinterest board to kind of get some inspo of what I am looking into, as well as writing down the apps that I want visible on my home screen. We can definitely clean it up with now the feature of hiding some apps. So I like to have a list of exactly what I use on a day-to-day basis, what I want to see on my home screen, as well as knowing which apps I want to have different icon covers for. If you start out this way, knowing what kind of idea you have when you go to look up your wallpapers and different icon covers is going to make it even more easier for you to have a general idea what direction you want to go to. And with that being said, it is now time to go do a little bit of digital shopping. If you aren't new around here, you know I absolutely love searching not only Pinterest, but also Etsy when it comes to digital designs like Notion templates and like icon covers for my apps. And today will be no exception. Let's first start out with Pinterest. This is going to be the option for the girlies who do not want to add any extra coin to creating their iPad space. You can find tons and tons of covers and different icons. The only downfall is that you kind of have to piece it together. However, typically what I do when I am ready to change up the space on my iPad, I search within Etsy. Etsy has a ton of different options, and what I love the most about it is that not only are the bundles affordable, most of them do come with a phone option as well. So if you're looking to be matchy-matchy with your iPad home screens as well as your iPhone home screens, you can do that with the same exact bundle. Another thing I really love is that most of these have thousands of different like app icons and app logo covers. So any app that you can think of, and you can even mix and match with the icons. Sometimes I even use some of these icons within my computer and on my Mac and PC. It's just so much that you can do with it. And personally, most of the bundles are under $15. You can always catch a deal. A lot of them are always on sale. And I see it as kind of supporting a small business as well within Etsy. All right, so now that we have that purchase, I'm going to go ahead and download these items onto my iPad and we'll go ahead and get to designing. Okay, so we have all of our files downloaded and saved to our iPad. First things first, let's go ahead and head over to our settings and we're going to hit wallpaper. So this is going to be under your settings tab and then wallpaper. I find this to be the easiest to just adjust and make sure things look exactly the way you want it. For the wallpaper specifically, I would suggest saving them to your photos. Not for all the icons, this is just for the wallpaper, so the background of what your lock screen as well as your overall iPad screen will look. So that should be only 2 photos. I actually started to film this and it was not recording, so we're going to start off brand new. So you're going to swipe over until you get to the new one, and you can first start off with your lock screen. So let's go ahead and do that. This is going to pop up, so you have like some featured photos, some suggested, some things that Apple gives to you. We are going to want to click on photos and then all, so you can see your most recent photo. Now if you want the same photo for your lock screen as well as your actual home screen, you could totally do that, but I do love the feel of having something a little bit different when the iPad is locked. So I think I am going to go with these florals here with the stems. So this is how it is looking. There are so many things you can change here. We can change the style of the clock. I really like to pan through to see what actually fits best. I really love this kind of slash through the numbers, but I don't think it fits the vibe. I'm going to go with more of a bolder, kind of rounded kind of numbers here. So we're going to go with that one. You can also change the color, and you can go to this color wheel to pick any color that you want. Apple actually kind of suggests some colors as well based off of your background. I'm going to go with this like kind of orangey yellow. That is a little bit too bright for me, so I'm going to like scale over and see if we can get something closer to these orangey yellow flowers here. Let's see if we try on this one, if we can get something a little closer. Okay, I'm not mad at that. I want something I can kind of see. When you get into the yellows, it kind of gets a little blurry, but I think this is a good start right here. So that will be our color. This is going to be our color for our also our icons and widgets over here to the side. To go ahead and get your icons added, what we're going to do is kind of press over here in the like torn paper effect area or on the far left. And then your widgets icons will pop up. Now, for the lock screen, there aren't too many widgets just yet, so you kind of have to play around with like the different sizing. For me, I absolutely love seeing my batteries. I love seeing like the rounded circles of like how much charge I have like on my Apple Pencil. It will also show my AirPods if they weren't completely dead right now. And you can also see anything that's kind of connected to your iPad. So I love this style here, the big block, but they also have this style here to where you can have like the little square or the long side as well. So I'm going to click on that one. And as you can see, the colors kind of match the color that we picked for the numbers. And I really love that up against the white. That just kind of fills up our whole left-hand side here. And there you have it. You do have options if you want to kind of change up the vibe of the overall wallpaper. So right now it's natural. It's exactly how the artist intended it to be. So we can swipe over if you wanted the black and white, duotone. Like you can kind of like play around with it based off of your wallpaper. So if this is something that you found off of Pinterest and you want to kind of add your own little spice to it, you can do that as well. But I am really enjoying the way it looks now. So we're going to just go ahead and click add in the top right corner. And now we do officially have our lock screen. Here's where you have the option to automatically just set it exactly to your home screen as well. Or you can customize your home screen. We're going to go ahead and customize our home screen because we want two different wallpapers. But if you prefer to have the same wallpaper, you can make it easy and just set wallpaper as a pair. But let's go ahead and click customize home screen. And from here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to our photos and grab our home screen paper. All right, so here is the home screen one that I picked out. For this one, you're gonna wanna play around with it a little bit. Typically in these packs that I get from Etsy, they have different options based off of the iPad that you have. I have the iPad 10th generation, and for whatever reason, the dimensions on that wallpaper is a little bit larger than most. So you may have to play around with it because this one specifically just had one set of wallpapers. But like I said in the past, when I get these packs from Etsy, they have different dimensions. So I did have to play around with it. We're going to go ahead and hop over to the one that I started before. So you see here in this preview, you can kind of see these little gray areas. Those are where the different apps will be. And you can kind of see as far as sizing, there is an option for you to make your app icons larger. So let me show you how to do that real quick. We're going to go ahead and X out of here and hop over to our home screen and app library. And you can toggle on and off if you want to use large apps or not. So I'm going to toggle off the large apps so you can see how it looks as the regular app side. So let's hop back over to wallpaper and we're going to hit customize. And then as you can see, these are the smaller app sides, which I think I probably will move forward with those. But if you don't like them that small, we can just go back. It's completely up to your preference. And I go back and forth with this depending on my wallpaper and how the background is. So for this one, I'm going to just use the regular size apps. You can change the color here as well, just like we did with our time on the lock screen. You also can do different gradient kind of colors if you want to do that. Go back to the photo, or if you want to blur it, you can do that as well. You have many different options to kind of adjust and change up your screen here as well. So we're going to keep it like this. I love how the apps are looking so far. So let's go ahead and just hit done and head on to our home screen. Okay, so here is how my home screen is looking right now. Obviously, it still has like the same kind of vibe of my green background and yellows and all that good jazz. So we are going to be doing a lot of adjustment. So the easiest way to kind of change up your widgets is just to hold down the screen and everything will start to jiggle. And in the top left, we're going to click edit. So you can add widgets, customize, edit your pages. All the magic happens when the apps are jiggling. Since we use shortcuts to kind of change our apps, you do have to go in and redo it each and every time. I know it's a pain, but what I typically like to do when I edit my apps or edit my home screen, throw on a podcast, set the mood, set the vibe, and go through and create your little apps and widgets. You can make it a whole experience to where it will be so much fun. So let's go ahead and do just that. And there we have it. We have a completely customized home screen, lock screen wallpaper for our iPad that is just going to make it just as more exciting to come to each and every day and actually get some use out of this cozy tech. Let me know what you all think, and if you have any questions and comments, please leave them down below. Always here to help and always here to make your tech as cozy so you can come back to it each and every time. Now, if you're interested in more productivity and cozy tech kind of videos, this is the place to be. I got a whole playlist lined up for you, so be sure to check that out, and I will see you over there.